Rise and shine. You're watching WCTV Eyewitness News. The Good Morning Show starts now.
All right, it is 6:30 right now.
That pretty sunrise.
Hey, it's just so nice and clear out there.
Yeah.
A beautiful view. Of course, that's Washington, D.C. live right now.
Probably a little less hot up there.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, it looks really nice. I think we may actually be jealous of them, for those who are thinking that it is too warm for us. Oh, our producer says 58 degrees right now, so they still kind of chilly.
Yeah, that's probably a little warm actually for them this time of year.
Yeah.
It's only the middle of May. It's not even summer yet.
Right. Even though it feels like summer around here.
Well, it's every bit of summer around here. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. We've got lots to get to this half hour. First things first, let's talk about that weather. Yesterday, we saw mid-90s kind of heat in spots. I think we're going to get there again, and I know it's only the middle of May. That's too hot, Rob. You are right. It's too hot too soon, but that's what we're looking at for another couple of days. 69 Tallahassee, 68 Perry, 66 Bainbridge, Valdosta, a little cooler at 63 this morning. Now, I do see some fog out there in spots. Quite a few visibilities in eastern areas and western areas at a mile or lower. So be careful on the road. The vermin are out there lurking. The moisture is on its way. It was kind of humid yesterday, but not crazy middle of summer humid. We're going to notice a little increase in that moisture today and tomorrow. That's going to make it feel a little extra icky, sticky outside. Those top temperatures are going to make it into the 90s, and they're going to be there for hours. So think cool thoughts. Maybe we can find some showers in the longer range forecast. I'll get to the full forecast in just a couple of minutes.
After 2 lengthy days of questioning, 12 jurors and 2 alternates are now seated, with testimony slated to begin at 8:30 this morning in the retrial of Catherine McBanawa.
Yeah, it's been 950 days since a judge declared a mistrial in McBanawa's first trial for her involvement in the alleged murder-for-hire plot of Dan Markel. That trial ending in a hung jury.
Now the retrial is set to get back underway in mere hours. Our Jacob Murphy has been in the courtroom during jury selection and has more.
Welcome back to the courtroom again.
The court taking its time to find a group of jurors that will fit the bill.
The goal of this process is to find fair and impartial jurors in order to serve on this particular case.
While Monday featured closed-door questioning, Tuesday it was out in the open. Potential jurors asked about their past. Were they a victim of a crime? Charged with a crime? Both the state and defense also providing a bit of Justice System 101. That Catherine McBanawa is innocent until proven guilty.
It's a very high burden. It's higher than a burden in a civil case where we're arguing about money. It's the highest burden in the land, but it's not 100% mathematical certainty.
In us as the defense, that there's nothing that we have to do.
Both sides raising hypotheticals that closely match the facts of the case.
What does a killer look like?
Assistant State Attorney Georgia Kappelman asking the potential jurors to forget prior notions.
Can a killer be a woman? Can it be a young woman? Can it be a female? Yes. Mother?
McBanawa is a mother having kids with the convicted triggerman in the Dan Markel murder, Sigfredo Garcia. Meanwhile, police calls between McBanawa and Garcia likely to play a central role in the case, along with calls between her and her boyfriend, Charlie Adelson, who also is Markel's ex-brother-in-law. Defense attorney Chris DeCoste asking jurors to avoid assuming anything.
So the example that we talked about is somebody calls the person they're dating and the person that they have children with. Does it mean that there's a connection in between those two through that person?
No.
And with Dan Markel's family, his father Phil, in court for the first time, it's almost time for testimony to begin.
One surprise did pop up yesterday away from the courtroom action. The attorney for Markel's ex-wife, Wendy Adelson, filed a motion Friday, unsealed just yesterday, attempting to quash the defense subpoena for her testimony without immunity.
Yeah, all this telling Jacob that she'll testify as a state witness, which does come with immunity, and that moment most likely to come on Thursday. Now, McBanawa is one of 4 people accused in the 2014 murder of FSU professor Dan Markel. Sigfredo Garcia and Luis Rivera already serving time in prison for their role in the murder-for-hire plot. Catherine McBanawa now standing trial nearly 8 years later, and within the past month, Charlie Adelson indicted in the scheme accusing of hiring hitmen to kill Markel, his ex-brother-in-law.
And WCTV will be streaming the trial live, gavel to gavel, starting today. You can watch it on our website, WCTV, or WCTV.tv, or the WCTV Facebook page.
All right, it's 6:35 now, and Valdosta police arresting a father after his infant son's rushed to the hospital. 20-year-old Jason Greathouse is charged with aggravated battery and cruelty to children. He was taken into custody yesterday afternoon following an investigation that started back on May 2nd. That's when, according to a police report, his 5-month-old son was taken to the hospital. Doctors there finding multiple fractures throughout the baby's body. Now, Greathouse claiming the baby fell. However, doctors say those injuries were not from an accident.
Staying in Lowndes County, a Valdosta man is speaking out after he's hit by a driver and left on the side of the road. Alicia Lewis sat down with him to hear how his life changed in the blink of an eye.
As he was walking on the side of Langdale Road heading to his friend's vehicle when he saw a car coming. He thought the car would stop, but it didn't.
Oh, I feel real bad and sad about it. Somebody left me there to die. And somebody else had to come along and find me.
Jefferson says he had nothing wrong with him before the accident. Now he suffers with a broken leg, 17 stitches on the back of his head, bruised shoulders, and a bruised pelvic bone. His family and friends are devastated, but happy he's alive.
So it's one of those situations where, as an adult, as a human being, period, things happen. I don't know what it is that what caused her to panic and just leave him there, but it just makes me feel as though we've got to get back to caring about each other, loving each other, watching out for each other. Things happen, but we stop, and whatever the fallout may be, we own up to those mistakes.
They tell me 2 witnesses saw the car that hit Jefferson that morning. The car had a broken windshield and was reported to the Valdosta Police Department.
Actually, I want to say a huge thank you. I don't know who these 2 people are, but Karen and James Cannon, whomever you are, I want to say thank you for calling this all in to let the police know that you actually saw something that disturbed you enough that you saw fitting to call the police to investigate the damages.
Valdosta police say while an arrest has not been made, they are honing in on a person of interest. In national news, federal lawmakers are on a spending legislation spree this week. Madison Glaser is live in studio with more on this. Good morning, Madison.
Lenitra, good morning. 3 different funding bills are being considered right now at our nation's capital, from helping Ukraine to the baby formula crisis. Profile spending bills are moving through Congress this week. They provide funding to help Ukraine, to address the baby formula shortage, and to support small businesses still recovering from the pandemic. The Senate is expected to pass a Ukraine aid package Thursday.
Strong bipartisan support for this funding in the House and in the Senate, but also ensurance that we have effective oversight of our assistance to Ukraine.
That bipartisan support might be harder to find for 2 other funding bills Congress is considering.
Now, these same big spenders are proposing another $50 billion next week to bail out restaurants. Restaurants that have been primarily injured by overzealous Democrat governors and their edicts.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is fast-tracking a bill to help restaurants, bars, and other businesses still struggling due to the pandemic. It's unlikely to get the 60 votes needed to pass. Some Republicans support it, but Democratic Senator Joe Manchin says he probably won't. Over in the House,
mothers across the country are looking to us for help, and we will not force them to face this crisis on their own.
Democrats want $28 million to try to ease the baby formula shortage. Most of it would pay for more FDA workers to inspect production facilities. Republican Senator John Cornyn has said he thinks focusing on the supply chain could be more effective. Now, if these bills pass in Congress, they'll head to the president to become law. Lenitra.
All right, thanks so much, Madison.
Time now for First Alert Weather with meteorologist Rob Nucatola.
We've got lots of hot to talk about for today and tomorrow and heading into the upcoming weekend, but with a little bit of luck, some showers by the weekend means maybe not as hot or not as hot for as long. I think like yesterday, we're going to see those temperatures climb way up into the 90s quickly and then stay there for most of the afternoon because we're not going to have a lot of showers or even clouds to calm things down. I'm encouraged that some of our northern sections in South Georgia are much cooler this morning than some of our southern sections in North Florida, right? It's 59 in Blakely or 60 at Camilla, 61 Tifton. So for the temperatures to drop this low, tells me the air is at least a little bit drier. So that icky, sticky, crazy humidity is not here yet, at least not everywhere. But we're at 69 in Tallahassee, we're at 69 in Perry, it's 73 at Apalachicola. Not just warmer, but more humid too. And that's going to increase all around the region over the next couple of days. Not much of a breeze. That breeze will be mostly from the west still today, and that also is one of those limiting directions that makes it harder for the showers to get going. Eastern areas, that's where the fog the thickest. Spots from Perry to Live Oak to Homerville, really reduced visibility. It's got a little bit more out to the east too, so some of that moisture is sort of just all around us and slowly will be squeezing in, and I think we're going to notice more of that over the next couple of days, especially I think by Friday. Now, as far as the satellite radar composite screen goes, there's not much going on around here, and there's really not going to be, not today. Energy off to our north and west is going to stay to the north. This extra moisture from the south, tropical moisture, it's going to be on its way in over the next couple of days, and that should set up the air for better chances for the afternoon showers as we head into the upcoming weekend. But for today, for tomorrow, before all that gets established, I don't see a lot of opportunities to get wet, and that means it's going to be a lot more hot. And yeah, we will start to ratchet up the humidity over the next couple of days too. On the Gulf, winds out of the west today, 5 to 15, seas 1 to 3 feet. A little light chop in the protected waters. That Gulf temperature, by the way, getting closer and closer to 80 degrees. It's 60s and 70s this morning. Sun is already up, or at least it'll be officially up any minute now. We'll go with mostly sunny, hot, humid this afternoon. Mid-90s. We could see 94s, 95s out there today, and probably again just like it tomorrow. Some more patchy fog overnight, a little bit more humid overnight, and that'll keep more temperatures near 70. Today, tomorrow, the hottest too. Friday, we start to introduce at least some chances for afternoon showers. I don't think the weekend's a washout, but I do think better opportunities for afternoon showers and storms should mean temperatures that stay in the 80s.